In Germany recently, 80% of Germans polled said they wanted a minaret ban in Germany. In Switzerland, they already have it. And when that ban came in, I sent a series of slightly cheeky emails to the Swiss Ministry of Justice just to see what on earth they had in mind. And they said a minaret is any tower for a religious purpose built by Muslims. So a Christian can have 4 minarets copied from the Blue Mosque in Istanbul in his back garden, and that's just fine. That's an acceptable cultural difference. But the moment he becomes Muslim, he has to take them down or go to jail. So I sent another email and said, what if a group of Muslims buy a redundant church? Is the steeple considered to be a minaret? And they had to think a little bit about this. And then the man from Zurich got back to me and said, yes, the steeple becomes a minaret and the community has to take the steeple down. And after a while I got tired of teasing them. But there's more and more of this, and the instinct that's behind it is nasty, xenophobic, singling out a particular religious community. And whoever heard of a Swiss Muslim, most of them are white actually in Switzerland, the only Muslim country, the only European country where most Muslims are white. But still, any kind of visibility is just too upsetting to the chocolate chomping watchmakers of Zurich, and they don't want to see that there are Muslims on the skyline. The niqab ban in France, arguments over niqab elsewhere in Europe. Our British Muslim students from Cambridge who wear niqab, may Allah bless them and accept their sa'i and their effort, can't go to Rome for a meeting that we had with the Pope, because in Italy, if you wear the niqab, you can get stopped by the police and arrested. This is happening, and we're not quite sure how far it will go, but the instincts that are bubbling beneath the surface of these still minor legal adjustments are unpleasant. What should our response be? The response of some young, untrained souls is to jump up and down and start cursing and to start mouthing nonsense about Islam in danger. Islam is God's final religion. It's not in danger. He's not going to let it go down the tubes. It's been persecuted far more seriously than this in the past, and it always prevails. We shouldn't be afraid. لا يخافون في الله لومة لائم. They don't fear, for the sake of Allah, anybody's blame, whether it comes from Nick Griffin or whoever. We're not afraid. We're not worried by those people. So how should our response be? If it's not to be yelling in the streets, how should it be? It should be following the Quranic principle of idfa' billati hiya ahsan. When I stepped out of the church and into the mosque, this was one of the most beautiful things that I found. That there is the practice of, as the Quran says, literally it means push with something better. فَإِذَا الَّذِي بَيْنَكَ وَبَيْنَهُ عَدَاوَةٌ كَأَنَّهُ وَلِيٌّ حَمِيمٌ. And then the one between you and him there was enmity shall become like the closest friend. وَلَا يُلَقَّاهَا إِلَّا الَّذِينَ صَبَرُوا وَلَا يُلَقَّاهَا إِلَّا ذُو حَظٍّ عَظِيمٍ. And only people with real sabr are given this, and only people with real good fortune are given this. In other words, you have to have Allah's tawfiq. The haz is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sabr as well. We need those two things. If we're to be able to push the ugliness with something beautiful, we need to have the sabr, and we need to have the tawfiq from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But to yell and to scream and to give the TV cameraman exactly the image that they want the world to associate with Islam is simply playing into the hands of our nastiest and most stupid enemies. And we shouldn't allow ourselves to be weapons in their hands.